As I said, stack show here tonight, but we kick it off with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. He's in the ring, and AJ says he's not waiting for an opportunity to come open that NXT TakeOver bash at the beach. AJ says Adam Cole's the only person on the roster that he wants to face. People call you the modern day HBK, Adam. That was the title people used to call me. AJ Styles says he knows that Adam is great, but AJ wants to face Adam to show this industry that he still has as an in-ring competitor. He still is one of the best wrestlers in the world. AJ says he may be creeping up into his 40s, but he's still a great wrestler. AJ tells Adam Cole that the offer only stands for a limited time only. He's not waiting around for Adam Cole. He says he's giving Adam Cole a shot at redemption, a shot at being the man he never beat. AJ says his name is going to be on the marquee one way or another. AJ says if Adam's going after gold, then he might as well too, because he's throwing his name in the hat. If Adam Cole is scared to face him, then he might as well go after the television championship. He tells Keith Lee. AJ Styles vs. Keith Lee is another dream match. And AJ tells anyone on the roster to step up or get knocked down. So AJ Styles is being blunt here tonight. He says Adam Cole's the only one I want to face on the roster right now, and he's too scared to face me. So I might as well be going after championship since I am a championship fighter. Not fighter, but a championship wrestler. And he says, Keith Lee versus AJ Styles sounds like a dream match to me. And it looks like AJ Styles could be looking after gold if Adam Cole is too scared. In the good match, Keith Lee defeated Mark Andrews in 14-15 by pinfall at the Power Slam. Keith Lee makes defense number 10 of the NXT Television Championship. Keith Lee 83, Mark Andrews 62. They suffered from lack of psychology, okay? And Keith Lee benefited from having a hot new move. So Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma come out. Santos Classic congratulates Keith Lee on the job well done. Santos tells Keith he is a great champion, but that title needs to be on the waist over champion of champions. Keith Lee gets out of the ring and walks away, and Santos will be on commentary as Legado del Fantasma are back in action next. 60 and about to have turbo wrestling but non-existent heat. Legado del Fantasma defeated Casey Navarro and Christian Casanova at 11:25, and Joaquin Wild pinned Christian Casanova with the Filipino Destroyer. Raul Mendoza 63, Joaquin Wild 57. Okay, so Joaquin has a gimmick style. Okay, gotta fix that. And Casey Navarro had an in-ring performance of 62, and Christian Casanova had 51. But yeah, ever since good news, I rose in popularity, so I went from 76 to 77, and now I went from medium to big. And I guess the expectations for matches have changed because they wouldn't call this turbo wrestling non-existent heat, because 60 is still pretty decent. When I was medium, they would say this is a decent match, but I guess the expectations are a little bit higher since you are a company of higher popularity, so I got to get used to that. But I'm so happy to have Legado del Fantasma back in the ring. Really didn't have anything for them during the build to NXT TakeOver Supremacy, and I have some fun stuff for them here in the coming months. But really great match. Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wild are quality in-ring performers. 76. Celia Dragunov was backstage watching what happened to Tyler Bate last week with Tyler Bate getting beat up last week with Unbezigbar. Dane joins Ilya Marcel and Alexander Wolf standing side by side together, and Ilya tells Tyler, "You didn't want to be in our group. We gave you a chance at relevancy, Tyler, a chance to be a part of the group that would turn NXT into a sacred place. Tyler, you didn't want to join our ranks. You cost us the match at TakeOver. You're not our friend, Tyler, so you have to be our enemy. Watch how your back. Watch your back, sonny boy." And Dane talks into the camera saying destruction awaits those who stand in our way. So yeah, I'm really happy to find something for Killian Dane. I mean, I see why people are, I see why AEW has factions, because factions do get people on the show, and it gives them a spot on the card and helps organize and sort out your roster. But I really didn't have much for Killian Dane. He was floundering for the longest. But I think this new group of Unbezigbar will do him a world of good. But Tyler Bate has to watch his back. Pete Dunne is in the gym training, and Pete Dunne says he loves a good old fight. Pete Dunne says Khabib is a different monster because he was one of the best lightweights of all time. And Pete Dunne says he wants the best and commands it. Pete Dunne says he'll fight any and everyone because he loves it. 56, and a terrible match in non-existent heat. Chris Dijak defeated Harlem Bravado in 138 by pinfall at the Dijection. Chris Dijak 61, Harlem Bravado 45, but Chris Dijak wins ahead and squashes Harlem Bravado, basically. 66. Chris Dijak holds in the ankle lock on Harlem Bravado. Chris Dijak twists Bravado's ankle and he's screaming in pain. Dijak lets go of the hold, and Ken joins the ring and he throws Bravado out himself. And Shamrock says Dijak is angry, and that means bad things for you, Takahashi. This company hyped you up, and now you're gonna be put on the shelf, never to return again. Roman comes out of street clothes, and Roman gets face to face with Dijak as both men stare down. Dijak and Ken Shamrock leave. Yeah, I'm really liking this pairing of Chris Dijak and Ken Shamrock is growing on me. I really didn't know how to feel about it the first time when they were, how pairings are. Sometimes it's instant click, and other times you just have to work at it, and I'm liking it. One of my favorite shows is Cobra Kai, and Dijak is like the student, and Ken Shamrock in this situation kind of reminds me of Chris. I don't know if they really look alike, but from this picture they kind of do. But that's what I want Dijak and Ken Shamrock to be, people that have no mercy, and they want to strike hard, strike fast, and they just want to beat their opponents into the ground. And I like that. 50, an abysmal match. Renee Michelle defeated Aria Blake with the Bonito Bomb. Okay, I never heard of that. Renee Michelle, 49, Aria Blake, 39. 55. Okay, so Renee Michelle says, the beautiful people are the antithesis of what this company needs in regards to women. Renee says she looked up to Madison Rain, and it breaks her heart to see herself aligned with the beautiful people. Michelle says it doesn't matter anymore because she's going to take down everyone in that group one by one. Take Conti Pierce from the crowd that stands on one side of the apron. Pierce Marie stands on the other side. Madison Rain stands behind Renee on the apron to the back of her, and Green comes down the rampway. It looks bad for Renee, but Lita, yes, Lita, comes down the rampway and takes out Chelsea with the spear. Then she hits Tay with the right, knocking her out, and Paris eats a spear as well. Madison tries to leave, but Renee grabs her and gives her a power bomb, a la what Madison did to her at NXT TakeOver in your house. Lita then gives Madison a moonsault, and Lita is here in NXT and gave the assist to Renee Michelle. So interesting. So Lita is here in NXT, and she gave Renee Michelle the assist. 62, and about to have terrible wrestling, non-existent heat. 62 is still a decent rating. The Grizzly Young Veterans defeated Kenny Williams and Shane Thorne at 9:30, with James Drake pinned Shane Thorne with the Mr. Mayhem. Okay. James Drake 66, Zach Gibson 64, Kenny Williams 46, and Kenny Williams 42, and Shane Thorne 46. But GYV get a win here tonight and some much needed momentum after they lost at NXT TakeOver Supremacy. 77. So split screen for Trey Miguel and Yori Katsumatsu as both men get ready for their North American Championship match next. I think that I'm gonna say 68 because Trey Miguel is still hurt. And he still has that broken toe. He's gonna be hurt for a month. It's only been 2 weeks, so he still has 2 weeks more to go. And I think that's gonna drastically affect the match. 65, so yeah. And about that good heat and decent wrestling, Trey Miguel defeated Yori Katsumatsu in 1440 by pinfall to Yoshitani. Trey Miguel makes the finish #1, the NXT North American title. Trey Miguel 69 and Yori Katsumatsu 73. But the injury took a big toll on Trey Miguel, and that's why this is not the main event. Even though 65 was good, I think the women, Rosemary and Maya Otani, are going to do I won't say much better, not to discourage them, but I think they'll do better than 65. But yeah, Trey Miguel goes ahead and beats Yori Katsumatsu fair and square in the ring. 80. So Yori Katsumatsu lost here tonight fair and square to Trey Miguel. Yori takes the North American title and gives it to Trey Miguel in a sign of respect. Both men share thoughtful words to one another. But Jake something hits the ring and grabs Trey and throws him on the outside. Ace Austin comes out and gives Yori a low blow. Ace tells Yori that this is his show. So it looks like Ace Austin and Jake something are not finished with Yori Katsumatsu, and it looks like they might have their eyes on Trey Miguel. 61, and about to have Turbo Wrestling non-existent heat. Ace Austin defeated Warhorse in 9:55 by pinfall at the House of Cards. Okay, I like that. I like the name of that move. Ace Austin 65, Warhorse 44. 64. So William Regal's in his office and he says that he has a wonderful new addition to the Inferno Women's Locker Room, and Piper Niven shows up. Piper says she's happy to be here and is ready to get to work, and William says you can get to work starting next week. So yeah, Piper Niven, I told you I made a new developmental company, and I just needed more women to sign, and Piper Niven was available. She quit NXT UK, which either I forgot about or I just didn't know at all. And I said, Piper Niven is a really good wrestler, and so I said, let me bring her in. She was with the company before, but I think her contract ended up coming out, and I didn't have any plans for it. But this was like the beginning of the save when it was back in April or May of 2020, and now I'm better when it comes to booking, hopefully. And I think bringing in Piper Niven is going to be really good for the women's division. 47. Speaking of women's division, in the visible match, Layla Hirsch defeated Marina Shafir and 9-3 by submission. Yeah, I like me some legit Layla Hirsch, and you got two women that are Marina Shafir. She was a former UFC fighter, and Layla Hirsch is legit. It's already in her name. And I don't know if she has a fighting background. I'm pretty sure she does, if that's her gimmick. But yeah, pretty good match between these women just to get Layla Hirsch some momentum. 48. Oh, okay. So Vivian smiles at the destruction that his group has caused. Vivian says, we got this show on its heels, and that's what we wanted. Oh, Leon Ruff was supposed to be on screen. But you never know when we're going to come, and that's the great thing. You never know when we're coming, and that's the great thing. You see us when we want you to. Business is booming, baby, and we're just getting started. So yeah, Business Enterprises said the brand is getting better. Business is booming every day. You never know when we're coming, but when we do, we're going to make an impact. 62. Brody King, just a few months ago, he was on top of the world fighting for the NXT Heavyweight Championship, and he lost, so he had to reinvent himself. King says that everyone wanted him to be someone else. King said all he had to do was just be himself, a guy that loves heavy metal and wrestling. King says he has a long way to go before he gets to the top, and he's okay with that. King says when he does, you better watch out. 59. In an abysmal match, Ilya Dragunov and Killian Dane defeated Griff Garrison and Desmond Troy in 7-4, with Ilya Dragunov pinned Desmond Troy to Torpedo Moscow. Enters the in-ring work, Ilya Dragunov a hand shoulders above everyone else. Killian Dane, 54. Ilya Dragunov, 69. Desmond Troy, 33. Griff Garrison, 30. Yeah, they had zero chemistry as partners. Okay? But Ilya looked good out there. That's really good. 87. So Jordan Grace comes out after the match and calls out Rhea Ripley. Jessica Havoc comes out instead, and Jessica tells Grace to save it for next week because the Fatal 5-Way is going to be our main event next week. And Grace tells Havoc that she might have changed, but that doesn't have anything to do with her because she wants her hands on Rhea. Rhea Ripley from the outside grabs Jordan Grace's foot and throws her into the steel steps. Jessica Havoc tries to help Jordan Grace, but Rhea trips her and throws her on the barricade. Out of nowhere, Tenille Dashwood kicks Rhea Ripley in the back, and Tenille stands in the ring strong. But Io Shirai gives Tenille Dashwood a springboard drop kick. Io stands tall, but to make this even crazier, Kamiko Asahara stands behind Io, and Io doesn't see it. It looks like Kamiko might actually attack Io, but Kamiko then launches herself with a tope suicide that takes out every other woman except Io Shirai. So it looks like even though Io Shirai blew up Kamiko Asahara, Kamiko still has Io's back. I guess that's what friendship is all about. But crazy stuff here tonight. Rhea and Jordan Grace going at it. Tenille still hasn't forgotten about what Rhea Ripley did to her. And Io stands tall here tonight. Will she stand tall next week? 81. One of the best matches in the series. Dragon Lee is just awesome. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Dragon Lee defeated Chris Sabin in 14-12 by pinfall the Operation Young Dragon. Dragon Lee 93, Chris Sabin 62. Just amazing. 83. Dragon Lee talking to the camera and signals around his waist the title. Dragon Lee's coming for the gold. But who is he talking about? The current champs are Keith Lee and Trent Miguel, and it looks like those guys are going to have a tough summer because you got AJ Styles, Adam Cole, now Dragon Lee coming after them. 76. This is going to be interesting. So just to give a point of reference, on my B show, Kylie Ray and Indy Hartwell beat some people from developmental, and Alyssa Flash came out and says that Rosemary wanted me to tell you that she was very impressed. and Alyssa Flash just walks away. So very cryptic, very vague. And Kathy Kelly asks Alyssa about what happened yesterday. Alyssa Flash says that Rosemary maybe possibly a little teeny bit been want to bring in someone to join the darkness. Alyssa Flash says Rosemary has her eyes on someone and they're going to join the dark side soon enough. Kylie Ray comes up and thanks her for the compliment, but she's never going to join the dark side. And Alyssa Flash says, "Are you straight about that, Kylie?" And then Kylie instantly is in a trance. Ray doesn't say nothing. She looks like she's staring off into space. Tegan jumps Alyssa Flash and throws her into production crates, and Indy Hartwell checks on Kylie Ray. So very interesting. It looks like Alyssa Flash put Kylie Ray in a trance. We'll see what that happens there, but very interesting. And our main event is next. Please tell me it's going to be good. 83. I think that's the best match of the series. And I'm so happy that it is. And about that had great heat, good wrestling. My was Tiny defeated Rosemary. I knew these two could put on a great match by pinfall off the Dragon Suplex. My was Tiny makes defense number 2 of the NXT Women's title. My was Tiny 85, Rosemary 72. Best match of the series so far on TV, nonetheless. Amazing, amazing stuff. 83 is amazing. Those two women killed it. I've been building up Rosemary slowly but surely. Her feuds with EO. She feuded with Alyssa Flash at one point. So yeah, Rosemary's been picking up wins. Our Tiny's been picking up wins. And then this is the result when you build up people and not have start pushes. And I just love seeing the progression that these two women have made. And it's just a great sight to see. But Mayu 85, Rosemary 72, great match. 84. I was trying to win here tonight in a hard-fought match against Rosemary. Maya was on a roll, and who can stop her? I don't know who can stop her, but it looks like it's either going to be Io Shirai, Tenille Dashwood, Jessica Harvey, Jordan Grace, and Rhea Ripley. Who will be the woman to face her? Possibly a takeover. I don't know. Takeover is a ways off. But tell me what you thought down below. This show was amazing. Probably gonna get a blue rating. 82. Okay. But tell me what you thought down below. I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed one. Stay up. Peace.